Any?
Yes.
Sorry, you have only one choice. So now I have only one real zero to offer you. So could you please give me your favorite number between -5 and 5?
2.
So, okay, thank you for making it simple. So do you want any A to be changed here? A. So you can multiply A here. It's up to you. You can leave it as 1.
3.
3? Okay, 3 times x minus 2 squared. Thank you very much. So we can, it's so much simpler when you have this, oh sorry, this is cute right here. When you have only 1 0. When you plug 2, 0. It's going to be boring. So because you have only 1 0 here too, it might most likely kind of look like that. Okay. I don't know what's going to happen when it hits 0. Let's do it together. When you have x is 0, 3 times 0 minus 2 is -2 cubed. So what do you have? 3 times -8, so it's -24. So when you have x is 0, y is going to be -24. So it's going to look like that, right? So you have this kind of graph. Yeah, not very interesting. It's okay. So what happens when a is greater than 0? So our case was a is 3. If you have -3, then just like that, right? A is greater than 0, a is less than 0. Clear, any? Right, how many x-intercepts did you have in this type? How many meets?
1.
Right, x-intercept means the meets between the x-axis and the polynomial curve. So only 1, right? How many turning point?
2.
Turning point means you have to have a change of slope. But it seems like in this case, you only go up. In this case, you only go down.
So one turning point.
Turning point means it changes the slope. So if you go up and down, then this is turning point. If you go down and go up, it's turning point. But we don't see any changes of slope. So you don't have any turning point in this case. It's a boring case, right? But you learned the boring case for the first. When we discussed the parents function, you learned the basic shape of polynomial looking like that, which is the boring, no variation, no turning points. And then you also learn parents function of quadratic equation, which was also boring like that. What's the parents function of linear? It kind of looks like that, going through 0 and 0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the type 3 is just the basic one. What does this alpha do here? So x cubed goes through 0 and 0, the origin, but alpha will give you how many steps you have to move to the right or left. It's a horizontal translation. You get it?
Yes.
Yeah. What if you add something, x minus alpha cubed plus some kind of number b? This b will give you?
Vertical translation.
Very good. Very good. So, the last one. Vicky. Perfect. We have 4 types today. 1 real 0 and then 2 imaginary zeros. So what you're going to have is the form is 1 real 0, which is alpha. And then you are going to have quadratic equation with discriminant less than 0, which means you cannot have real solutions. So discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac, right? This baby is less than 0. And a is not 0. Okay, so I want you to give me one favorite number for alpha. I want you to give me 0.
5.
Thank you. And then just to save time, I will just give you something with a discriminant less than 0. Let's take the easiest one, the simplest one. This is the very typical example of a quadratic equation without any solutions, right? So you know that b squared minus 4ac in this case is 1 minus 4 times -1 is -3 is less than 0, confirmed, right? So discriminant is less than 0. Okay, in this case, p1, p5 is 0. So it might have real number 0, 5 here, so it will go through it. What happens if you plug 0 here? -5 times 0 squared plus 0 plus 1. So -5. When you have 0, you are going to hit -5. Okay, so it's basically the increasing pattern. And then what happens with the number if you have greater than 5? So 6 minus 5 is 1. 36 plus a 6 plus 1. It's a positive number, so you go up. Vicky, do you agree with the pattern?
Yes.
Okay. How many, okay, let's ask one. Okay, same question, x and, I'm not going to repeat this anymore. You're clear with the slope, right? So it's positive direction, positive slope direction, and negative direction, decreasing and increasing. Are you clear with that? Vicky?
Yes.
Okay, so how many x-intercepts do you see in this type 4?
1.
Only one. Very good, because you only have one real root, even though you have roots in complex numbers. How many turning points do you see?
0.
Right. So it's flat, but it doesn't necessarily go down, right? So if it goes down, it's turning point, but it's going up again. So it's resting. So very good. So for a cubic polynomial, you can have basically 4 different types. And then those types, when you expand it, it will eventually look like a standard form. So standard form is just the origin, like the base camp, but you can factor it and have like variation of different factored forms. That's what we discovered today. All right. Conclusion. Let's summarize. So if a is greater than 0, the graphs generally increase or decrease, guys? Choose one. Vicky, you answer. What do you think? Increase or decrease? Increase, very good. When you have a is less than 0, then it's vice versa. So it is going to be, guys?
Decrease.
Thank you very much. Okay. Every cubic polynomial must cut the x-axis at least once. So at least, it's just too easy because I said it here. I'm not gonna. 1 real 0. So basically, the parent function looks like that. So you have at least 1 real 0. If you're lucky, then you are going to have 2 real zeros or 3 real zeros. All different cases. 3 different cases, okay? So graphs of cubic polynomials are continuous and smooth curve. Why do I emphasize it? It's because when you learn calculus, you can only deal with functions that are continuous and smooth. That's why. Okay, so polynomials are going to be often used in AP calculus class. So it's just really useful. Okay, so if you're clear, can I move on? Any questions so far, guys?
No.
No? Okay, let's move on. So find the equation of cubic with a graph. Okay, how many zeros do you have here? 1, 2, 3, right? So it's going to be type 1. So what I'm going to do is a and then x plus 1, x minus 2, and x plus 4. I just plugged those zeros into the type 1 formula. And then you have to find a. What you have is the clue. It goes through 0 and negative 8. So when you plug, so let's say this is px. When you plug 0 here, it has to have negative 8. So what you have is a times 1 times negative 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. So what is your a then? Because it's a times 8, so a is going to be negative 1 to make it negative 8. Do you understand? Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, so we have only 1 minute. Let's pause here and then please rejoin me, okay? Rejoin me, guys. See you soon.